what's up, guys? On this episode, I'm joined by... Wow, can't even keep it together. Wait. This is the intro. This is the intro. I'm rolling with it. We talk about TCG. We talk about Joe's and which ones I like. I got a haircut. Gio's still trying to talk over me, but it's okay. I'm going to roll right on through this with little aliens, some crypto, NFT. It's fucking wild. I'm joined with Tom. You know him. You love him. He's been in here for a while. And returning back from Colombia, we got Noah. It's a great episode. Really fun times. Stay tuned.
You know what's crazy? I heard that phones that have the Twitter, like the original Twitter logo in there,
they're selling for something.
Yeah, or selling for like a lot of money. But I don't know how true that is. Like, it's probably some guy that just threw one of those iPhones on eBay for like a few thousand, and maybe some idiot bought it. And they took the story from there.
Yeah. I thought about it the day they changed. Like I had updated and I still had the Twitter logo, and I'm like, this is gone in 2 days. Somebody it's almost like a piece of art for some people. Like, I don't know, but it was, I don't know. It was going, and I don't know. I didn't save anything. I just kept going with.
I mean, I get it. That's something that I always try to do. That's why I like when it comes to like Call of Duty and stuff. I try to make sure every time there's a new season, I play. I at least complete the battle pass, so I get all those, limited time.
How many hours does that take you?
I don't know. The last 2 seasons, I just paid for whatever skins whatever COD points I needed to finish the battle pass.
Oh, you paid for it, so you didn't actually get all the kills.
I mean, I always was, but this summer I just haven't played that much. It's not that good of a game. So I'm like, oh, let me just spend money instead. It's so stupid.
Locked in a habit.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's like that OCD. I gotta complete it.
Yeah.
So
I just paid for some fucking mini golf game on my phone, like the full, I don't know, 1 month battle pass. Like they do little they're phone games. They can't go that long. So the battle pass is like a month.
How do you paid for an app?
Yeah, it was $10. I don't know.
Did you say it was a golf game?
Yeah, it was like a little mini golf. Do you know
what
this
did you
golf
get
blitz? I don't know.
What did you get out of this 10? What did you pay for?
I don't even fucking remember. I
new club?
Faster. No, it helps you level up faster.
Okay.
Was the main reason I was doing it. Because the way you level up in the game is you buy skins basically, but the skins are in-game currency. But you get more skins if you level up quicker, and I don't like doing
wild that we call them skins, and there's all the racial problems in America, so.
What?
I think we just need to change. Oh, my new Fortnite skin. This is my green guy.
Now they I don't know. I think NFTs are actually going to help this thing. Like, people shit on it still, but when there's actually a collectible currency version of your skin.
That's why I do that's why I keep up with the Call of Duty stuff, because I'm like, right now NFT is kind of whatever, but what about 20 years from now when everyone just randomly pops into an old nostalgic vibe of I want to play Modern Warfare, I want to play the old school Warzone.
Yeah.
I'll sell my account for how I remember that happening with RuneScape before NFTs were a
just
thing.
happened with Modern Warfare because of some dude, I don't know, some popular streamer just started playing Modern Warfare 2, the old 360 one, and shit's been blowing up. There's full servers everywhere, and I just tried it out because of the last chance to play, but I don't know. It's mostly sweaties though, so I got fucked up.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because I was gonna bring my Xbox back home and hook it up and play Modern Warfare 2 again, but I was like, I just haven't had time. So I'm glad, because I suck at video games. So if I did that, hopped into sweats, I'd be like, I hate this thing.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Did I beg for the days that we used to play this game Cops and Robbers on 4.
On Call of Duty 4?
Yeah, because they had eavesdrop.
Yep.
Right? And then, so you have to use eavesdrop and 2 other perks that I can't even remember right now. But basically, it would set you up so that you couldn't hear them. Obviously,
it's not a game mode. It's you put it into a private match, and then you and your friends have gentleman rules.
Yeah,
or whatever.
so community created.
Yeah,
game
yeah,
mode.
yeah. I played it something like that before.
It was dope though. It was just basically you would find the guys, and like the criminal's position would be to not get arrested.
Yeah.
But like they would comply with commands to let you think that they were not getting arrested for longer. Like you'd just be like, on the ground, on the ground. They're on the ground, and like they're just waiting for their moment. And you're just trying to keep track of them. It's like 3v3, and you're just trying to keep track of these guys whose only goal is to get the fuck away from you.
Back in the day, we used to set up like a little LAN in this where is now the studio, and like 4 friends would come over with their Xboxes and each bring a TV, but I also would like steal one from upstairs or something. We'd set up this entire basement. We're all playing down here. We used to play one called, I think we called it like Freddy, like Nightmare on Elm Street or whatever.
Yeah, they used to call it Mike Myers. I know what you're talking about. It's like knife only.
So there's like Call of Duty eventually like adopted a version of it, but yeah, the one I remember playing, I think it was Mike Myers.
Yeah.
Like the one guy has a knife.
And then you just gotta hide.
Everybody else has like smoke grenades and like scrambler to like fuck up the.
Yeah.
So like all the things to prevent, but they have all like non-lethal like.
Back in my day, we only had the smoke grenades. I was playing on Call of Duty something less than that.
Less than that.
See, like the thing that I hate about video games, and I still play them to this day, but it's like the learning curve, you know, because it's always like so rough, just like dying and dying and dying and dying like repeatedly. And it just gets frustrating after a while. You know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, especially when most of my friends are have always been really good at video games. So it's like we all started playing Super Smash Brothers in like 9th grade or something, or like replaying it. And one weekend someone brought over a GameCube. We were all playing all weekend and having fun. I'm not playing for a week. They're all going over each other's houses during the week. I wasn't really allowed to go out during the week. So I go over for a sleepover the next weekend, and everyone is like, they had been doing their research, watching like YouTube videos, learning all the things. Like, all right, here's this combo move. I'm like, I'm still using the C stick. Like, I'm just I'm button smashing. I'm playing Super Smash Brothers, breaking controllers. This is like, and it's just not fun when like they know how to actually play the game. Like, so then I just stop playing, and then it gets even worse. And then every sleepover is like, oh, we're just going to play Super Smash Brothers from the moment everyone gets here until everyone's parents pick them up. It's like,
yep.
Do something different, please.
I know. It's not fun to get smashed that long. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you're
All right.
speaking from experience, huh, Tom? Yeah.
I see you over there.
No, but there's always that one kid that just like dominates the game. Like he could not play for like 3 years, and he'll just go in there and just kill everybody.
Yeah,
it's,
Gio.
like, it's wild.
Like I said, Tom.
Hey.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience. Last time, was it you that set up the party? Or was it Eli?
Which party?
The Super Smash Bros. Party?
I've done it before. It's hard to say.
Oh,
No, that was at Pete's house.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
yeah. You should have. You showed up right when I was leaving. I was fucked up that I don't even remember what on. I had to go.
Keep up the excuses. You know, it's fine.
You should have been microdosing
Buddy,
at that point.
I wouldn't have beat you. No, I don't need excuses. I'm terrible at Smash.
I think I didn't lose a single game that entire night, if I remember correctly.
Did you kill it when I left?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah, because
the
everybody
closest
else was being cool and drinking.
That makes me feel.
the closest person to beating me was Eli, and even then he was still struggling.
That makes me feel better though for like dropping a bomb on everyone. Like when I leave, like they beat me, I'm like, all right, guess what? Your night's over. I brought in the new champ. Yeah. Get dust.
Yeah, I've been getting back into TCG stuff. Like
Trading card
Pokemon,
games, yeah.
Yeah. But I haven't. I'm still in my like just collectors phase. But last week I went to a couple different card shops to pick up some things, and I just started seeing certain cards that reminded me of some of the decks I used to play, and I'm like, maybe I will make a deck. Maybe I will go to a competition. Maybe I will. Maybe it'll happen. I like Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is my team. You ever get into TCGs?
Not so much. No. Like I used to be into Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid,
Yeah.
but I mean, if there was one out of like the Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever else exists, I probably would go with like probably Yu-Gi-Oh, try to get back into it.
Yu-Gi-Oh I thought was the best game until Pendulums, and then I think it's now like the worst like card game. Pokemon was the worst, and then I think Magic the Gathering has continuously been either 1 or 2, and right now I think it's back to number 1.
Well, really? Because I feel like there's a lot of people that hate on Magic.
There has been. I'll defend you in that. Yeah.
But I mean, just like the format of like the style like of gameplay is the best, and Pokemon is very simple. I think it's best for all age ranges. Magic is just like competitively the best card game to like participate in, and then Yu-Gi-Oh was really good, but all the like the things that they started changing, even when they added some of the stuff before the Pendulums, like the format of the game changed. And like that's what like really that's why like I thought there was a format that was really good with Yu-Gi-Oh, but as they added things like you're like there's certain rules like when I was playing, your first turn you draw a card. Then they just changed this rule that they say you don't draw on your first turn. And then there's like a field spell that's supposed to change the entire field. And like if someone plays a field card, that's the field now. And then if your opponent played it, it gets rid of the old one and now it's his. And then they changed the rule and said there could be 2 fields at the same time. Like we're not. How does that make sense?
So you're playing on your field and they're playing on theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that changes.
And they even changed up the order, so it was like draw phase, main phase, battle phase, main phase 2, end phase. And then they added like another like phase, and then they changed up like an order of some of the like I'm like we're not playing the same game. Like we're using the same cards. So I really hate
it. Almost sounds like an identity crisis for the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like Magic's somewhat stays stable. Like
that's why I think Magic's the best, because it's just like it stayed stable, and it was one of the original like trading card games, and it has a lot of like success. A lot of people like play competitively, and it does really well, and you know it's always done really well. So that's why like I think Magic's the best. I wish I got more into it. I played a couple times. I played a little Commander sort of recently. That I thought was cool, but yeah, I don't know.
It seems like they like. All right, so the Magic's main issue is that they can't decide what they want to be. Like they can't decide if they want to sit with their old fans, who are the majority of the money players, or gather new ones because it's not going to last forever. So they can't decide between a younger audience and an older audience, and you got to pick one eventually. And I think eventually they should probably lean towards the older audience.
See, I think with that point, I think that was Yu-Gi-Oh's mistake. Rather than trying to gauge their future based off of the audience that they're trying to attract, they gauged it based off of the money. And they thought, well, every time we make new awesome cards, people are spending so much more money on these awesome cards. So what if we make a whole new, like a brand new card that changes up the gameplay? Like now we're going to add the Link monster that like changes like when I used to play, it was like 5 monster cards, 5 spell and trap cards, and then your deck, extra deck, and graveyard. Now they added like there's technically 6 monster card zones, and now it matters like you could just, as long as you had within 5. Now it's like it matters if this monster's in this spot and this monster's in this spot, and
it's like lanes.
Yeah, it's like what they might have changed back, because I know they got a lot of like pushback, especially financially. Like a lot of people left the game with the Link Monster era, but who fucking knows?
Yeah.
I mean, when I walked in here today, I noticed that you had some Pokemon cards you picked up. You really like starting to get back into it.
So that's my gambling is cards. Like I'd rather buy a pack of cards than a scratch ticket. And I also
You're better off.
And yeah, dude, for real.
At least you get something back.
Yeah.
Yeah, at bare minimum, I get the nostalgia of like I open the cards like, oh, dude, I remember playing with Ninetales. Like, I remember leveling this guy up, but like on the like Game Boy game or whatever. But I also so the reason why I buy Pokemon card like packs or prefer to open them is I like the artwork of the newer Pokemon cards, especially a lot of them have like full card art. So I think Pokemon has a better looking card. So if I'm starting my collection now, I'd rather start collecting Pokemon. but I prefer like older Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I still am like building up. I have a set that I want to complete with my like nostalgic Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. But once I complete that, I'm not gonna buy. I don't buy new Yu-Gi-Oh cards very often, and if I go to like a card shop, I'm not buying like anything that came out after the time that I played. And most of it's like the stuff that was like 2001, 2002, like the old shit.
You got that, what's that, Flesh and Blood? You still got those cards?
I
know
do.
you bought
I do
some
have
those.
all of them, yeah.
Anything for you? Play it since?
No, I literally like, I just am sitting on those cards. And I shouldn't have opened, now that I know that I'm not going to really get into it, I shouldn't have opened them.
You did open them already? Yeah.
I opened the day I bought the pack before. Oh my gosh, that was before recording Ever Changing Vibe episode 1.
Really? Was it?
Yeah, that was when I met Adam. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Nah, because Pete got me to buy a fucking case with him, and
Are you still sitting on it?
yeah, we're if we sold it today, it looks like we're breaking even, but it's not doing any of the magic. Like, I mean, I didn't know what I was getting into, and I bought it
Still relatively new.
Yeah, and it's not even that. It's just like trading cards and stuff. Like, I'll never invest in them again just because he, I don't know, they got me wrapped up in some stuff I didn't know about, which is not something I usually invest in. I usually like to know what I'm investing in.
Yeah.
I had a huge chunk of change in my pocket, and somebody was like, "Yo, you spent $1,000 on these cards in like 3 years to worth like 50,000." And I was like, "Fuck it, I have too much money in my pocket right now. Just fucking clear it out." Like.
I mean, that can happen, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have the experience in terms of, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or playing cards like that, like Pokemon, but, like, with sports cards, like, there's some boxes that I remember, like, when I was, I don't know, maybe, like, 8, 9 years old, and I was, like, in a Walmart, and, like, you know, I was enthused with it. So I was like, you know, I'm going to buy this right now. It's, like, $25. I would open it up. Those packs today, some of them, because it was unopened with, like, a LeBron James rookie card or something in that. Dude, those things go for like unopened 20,000.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
silly.
man.
With like a
Just for the
5% possibility of
and people buy them still. That's the crazy thing. Yeah,
That's
People
what,
buy scratch tickets.
so
yeah, true.
So as I've been like going back to these card shops, all the card shops, like especially the ones that like sell like individuals and stuff that are looking for the collectors, always have their section of like sport cards. And I always like kind of glance at like, oh, what players are like, you know, more expensive, what cards. And today when I was at the shop, I was like looking at packs of sport cards, and it started to like trickle in a little interest. Like I want to know more about because I learned, I mean, just when I was playing competitively, I learned a lot about like Yu-Gi-Oh! And like how to determine like, I mean, where to look for a first edition, where to look for rarity, how to look for this, like, and since then, as I've started going back into the collecting, I pick up like Pokemon's a lot similar to that, where you understand why like this card's expensive because it's heavily used in decks and it's a you know common card. Yeah. So that card's not going to be valuable for long. As soon as they reprint it, it loses all its value. So like I've learned how to pick that up with Pokemon. I know it for Yu-Gi-Oh! But I have no idea. Like when I was looking at some of the unopened packs at the store today, I was like, I don't know which one is actually like worth its value. Like what sets have what cards. Like I know, you know, Joe Burrow was like a rookie around that year. Is this the pack? And is this like one of those, you know, packs that you get when you go to Fenway that's just like the Red Sox team is just like the team pack that they're not valuable at all. There's just like you're collecting because you like the Red Sox, you want to have the players. But so like I don't know, but I really want to like start learning the TCG or just trading cards of sports.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like in terms of sports, like a lot of times, you know, rookie cards are big, like numbered cards. Error cards, I mean, some of them, like if there was an error of a player, let's say, you know, I think there's one, a famous player, Frank Thomas, right? He played MLB baseball, yeah. So he played that for like 20 years. I think there's like a rookie card or second-year card of him where it shows like, I'm going to get this wrong, but it shows him with like a different player's name or something like that. That card goes for like $40,000 on eBay.
That's fucking
crazy.
Sick. Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of times now, like, because I mean, I collect cards here and there, and like, I actually recently one of the cards that I ended up buying, believe it or not, was a Larry Bird authenticated,
yeah.
autograph card. I got for $100, right? And that's like super cheap. But then there's rookies who are so unproven that have done nothing in the NFL or any sport, and their cards will go for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's like, dude, why are you? I mean, how much further up can this go? Like, this is only going to go down from here.
I was seeing like Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts, and Baker Mayfield was worth more than the Jalen Hurts rookie card. And I'm like, I mean, Jalen Hurts has more years to prove or disprove his potential, but we know Baker Mayfield is like where he's at. Like, yeah, he could have like a crazy season, get like, once or twice, but he's not gonna be a Tom Brady or like. We already know where he's at. Why is that like rookie card still worth so much money? Which sport do you think is like the biggest in terms of like cards?
Probably
I got an
basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing, and I'm on the outside. Like I don't buy the cards, and I don't play the sport or watch the sport even. But no, basketball seems like, and they're moving into like the NFT field and all that stuff of like making them
they were early on that.
That has to be the one. Just from an outside perspective, I'm saying it seems obvious.
I think it's also just because there's less players there, so there's
true.
Yeah, so I think that probably has
Yeah.
something to do with it.
Yeah,
But-
no, right, because like
What's players on
a starting point guard is one of 5 versus like a starting pitcher is not just one of 9, but it's also all of the other starting pitchers for each team. So like if you had a rookie, quarterback, that's still one position of technically 22 that start versus like, a rookie point guard like a Steph Curry or something is like one of 5, so like, yeah, the singling off the play or the amount of players like make it a little more substantial. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yep. I feel like there's more of a chance that they make it, but yeah, I mean, I think like the whole sports market is just very weird. Like the whole card market is just very weird right now. Dude,
that's
like
why I
during
love it.
COVID,
I'm like interested
it
in
just
it.
blew up again.
Yeah.
Like I wish that there was like if I could go back in time and just tell my 8-year-old self, just like convince your mom to spend this money on all these cards and just don't open them, and you will be freaking rich. Like
That's one of the biggest things
Yeah.
I do. I buy. I see a tin. Dude, I love going to like Dollar General or something, and they randomly are carrying like a tin from like 5 years ago. I literally just picked up a couple for $10, and I literally like see it on the shelf. I open up my phone, I type it into like TCG player, and it pops up, and it's like this tin that's at Dollar General for $10 is selling for $30 online,
Yeah. Easy.
unopened, and I'm like, it's unopened right here. Like so I have a couple like sets, mostly Yu-Gi-Oh sets of just unopened, because like once I learned that, I was like, wait, I can just start not opening things now. I mean, I wish I had, the sets that when I was a kid. I wish I didn't, get my shiny Charizard at like 5 years old and show all my friends and like, look at this, and like play with it, not knowing how to play with it, like throwing it, like he's so much stronger than like doing
You just
stupid
rage
shit.
quit, rip it in
Yeah,
half.
dude.
It's like
I have like I think it might be first edition. I don't know if it's first edition, but I got my first wallet when I was like 6 years old. It was just like a little like Velcro thing, and I didn't have IDs, so I put this shiny Ninetales in it. I'm not used to having a wallet, so guess where it gets left? My pocket. Guess where pants go? The wash.
Yeah.
Dude, I still have it. It's all like wrinkly. It's like shit, but I'm like, hey, whatever. Like it was actually like a Ninetales that happened to, and a Vaporeon that happened to. I'm like, but now it makes me like when I go to these shops and I see like a PSA graded like Ninetales, I'm like, I kind of want it, because I'm like, imagine if I still had my crispy Ninetales like from back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
so I like buying cards for that reason. But
How is the market right now though? Where is everything down? Because I mean, it feels like it peaked out like 2022 from what I gathered.
I mean, I think it is probably a little bit down, but like still, I mean, boxes are still going for like insane value and stuff like that. Like there was a rookie quarterback a few years ago named Trey Lance, and he's like the third string quarterback now. He had a few injuries, stuff like that on the 49ers. And his rookie card, like, originally was selling for something, like, rookie auto, like, 1 out of 1 was selling for something like $110,000, $120,000 without playing a game in the NFL.
wow.
That's
then,
silly.
And then now I think it's going for, like, I mean, maybe 1,000 if that guy's lucky, and, like, somebody else just wants to take a shot at it. But it's just, again, it's just, like, what's the point of taking, like, that much of a or trying to just like go for the stars with a card like that, where you can buy something like smaller. Like what I try to do, because I do collect cards as well as sports cards, and like I'll look online on eBay to see, because like I know some of these athletes. So like for instance, right, like Jalen Ivey, he's a Pistons player, right?
Yep.
He had a pretty good last season. So I would look on eBay and see like, okay, his cards are valued around like 100, but this one right here is an outlier, has like an hour left on the auction, and he's selling right now at, $31. I'm like, I'm just gonna throw a bid out there and see what happens, and so that's kind of how I do it. But
So what I find is like, if you are in the trading card like market, like that's your essentially your business. You buy, flip, trade all the time, and you have like it's not just like, you probably have your own personal collection, but like you're constantly in cards. Then that's when you want to take like risks on like a new rookie quarterback that like, hey, this could be big, this could be a flop, whatever.
Yeah.
Because you're taking so many risks on so many players that like the flop and risk essentially should balance out. But in terms of like someone like me, I do want to start collecting some sport cards. And if you're like me, like this is my suggestion, just pick players that you like. Like, I really liked Dustin Pedroia, so when I was a kid, and Dustin Pedroia was like I have a couple of rookie cards from Dustin Pedroia, and a couple of the game worn jersey like cards, and I have one or two signed cards from Pedroia. I have a couple like Veritex like that, and a couple of my favorite players. So if I got back in the market, like you said, like Larry Bird, I like Larry Bird. I saw a PSA graded like Joe Burrow, and I was like, dude, I kind of like this. Did I tell you I bought a Joe Burrow jersey?
Nah, dude.
Dude,
Wow.
Bengals are my team.
Dude,
I wasn't gonna
Joe Burrow at least 8 times.
Dude, I'm so sad he's getting married. Fuck. No.
What? Wait, I need more explanation on that. Wait, were you in the market?
Joe Burrow got engaged. It was like
He's not for you anymore?
No. I
He's getting married. Damn.
no.
Where were you going with that? Was it not? We need an explanation.
I truly do just like Joe Burrow as a quarterback. I really like the Bengals. When I was a kid, back in the Madden like 2007.
I think you'd be happy you got married. All right. You gay, bro?
Who's asking?
Joe Burrow. Does that change the conversation?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, problem solved. All right.
Well, he might be bi. We found that out today.
Who else is asking?
Thom-Ye.
Are you asking
Thom-Ye?
me? No.
No, I'm not gay. Who else is asking?
Joe Biden.
I'm a little gay. Just because I wanna exploit him. I want a tape of him sniffing my neck and tell me to brush his leg hairs under a hot tub water.
Dude, you got quite a variety of men. First, you went to like a 25-year-old in his prime that's playing quarterback in the NFL, probably gonna win a Super Bowl in the next few years, to the president of the United States that's like 83 years old. Like you got quite a variety.
You're talking about Joe Burrow in 60 years.
He just likes Joe.
That's it. That's it. What? Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Oh, I got a good one.
Not your average Joe.
Joe Mama.
Oh, damn.
Got him.
Didn't see that one coming.
Oh, man.
You said you had a couple segments for us today.
Oh, yeah, I have other stuff. All right. Have you heard of the Face Peelers?
What?
The Face Peelers.
Is this a band? It sounds like a band name.
Nope. Should be.
Is this some like
Peruvians.
Native American torture?
No, they're not. Technically, they're Native Americans, South Americans. No, they are native to their area, and they are worried right now that there is a 7-foot yellow-eyed being that is attacking the people of this village in Peru. They're worried about it. And I don't. It sounds. I'm about to go out there. I'm about to get out into the extent of it. But they're worried that someone's being attacked. A little girl apparently was attacked and had her face like sliced up, where they come with the phrase "face peeler." Now, that's already a strange enough story. Like, you got the Peruvians who are wondering, what are these 7-foot tall beings that are harassing us? Well, the official story almost is stranger. The official story that's trickling down from the government is that it is mining groups from Brazil and one other country, I forget where, but they have jetpacks, and they are attempting to scare these villagers off of their land because there's gold underneath. So,
Whoa, rewind. Okay, so
yep,
in Peru,
yep.
there's people with jetpacks?
Um,
Not the water jetpack.
so
like,
there's
like
there's a
Boba Fett jetpack.
yep. Like
What's
real
the
deal.
yellow eyes? Is it like the jetpack that
I don't know what the yellow eyes is about. Possibly a helmet, I'm
or they
guessing.
just say racist?
That's the official story. I don't know. Maybe it's a 7-foot tall alien that's harassing them. They're covering it up. But I really don't know what it is. But I'm saying the official story, like, they're freaked out that there's some, like, being attacking them. And the official story is, no, this is miners that are just coming in and stealing your gold and trying to scare you off your land. But did they cut up the little girl? I don't know. I'm just saying the official story sounds
cut
just
up a
as
little
weird
girl?
as
What?
aliens. So some little girl got her face cut up. That's why they call these. It translates to face peelers, is what they're calling the aliens.
Oh.
Yeah, some little girl apparently got messed up. But the official story is that it is miners from other countries trying to come and get their gold and to scare them off their land, and they're using jetpacks. And that is just as crazy to me as aliens. Like, it's...
Yeah, like whether it was some kind of like what is it called? Like ghosts and goblins and whatever, like, you know,
Yeah.
or aliens or something. Or I think it's crazier that it's potentially just people
Yeah. Scooby-Doo
being
villains.
Scooby-Doo villains.
Like, they're showing up in masks, and they're going, get out of here so I can... Like, that's every Scooby-Doo plot.
Yeah,
Like, just like, I need you to leave so I can own this theme park or something. Like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
but it's
so
the
I can get
same
the
exact
gold
thing.
under the ground.
Yeah. They
Like,
just-
that is so Scooby-Doo.
it is. There's literal Scooby-Doo villains out
Gotten
there.
away with it if it wasn't for those metal kids, whatever the line is.
Those Midland Peruvians.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Dude, I mean, I was gonna say actually, because I got back from Colombia like 2 weeks ago. So
Sweet.
in Latin America, like they have a bunch of like myths about, you know, certain legends that have killed people or whatever. And the biggest one that exists is the Llorona by far, which is like
What is this?
it's basically like there's this woman who they say had a baby and then had like postpartum depression. or
Oh my God, I
something,
heard
and
about
then-
this.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
like killed a baby or something, and this happened in like the 1700s. So then like now she like hears the cries of her baby, and then she cries and then just like kills random people that are in the forest or whatever. So I actually when I was in Colombia, I went to there was this national reserve like park type thing, whatever. And it was really beautiful, really nice, really mountainous. But just in the middle of the woods, middle of nowhere, and I've heard of the Girona before, but I'm reading this sign that's in Spanish, and it says it's talking about the Girona, and it's the story of the Girona. I'm like, why are you having this right here? Like, I'm 3 miles deep in the woods, and you just have this random sign talking about the Girona. Like, why are you trying to scare me like that, man? I'm trying to enjoy my day.
They don't put, you know, shark warnings in the middle of the highway.
I mean, I guess.
Where's the
Is the Girona
Girona
in the
go?
woods?
Okay. Oh, you kind of got me on that one. All right, I see your point. Like, I mean, I guess it's her
They're gonna be
territory at the end of the
anywhere.
day.
And you're in a Build-A-Bear, all of a sudden, there's a Girona warning. Shit!
The Girona's in the mall? What? No, but dude, it's actually like a really crazy story. Like a lot of people in Latin America, like all over in Central America, Mexico, even as far down as Argentina, like people say like they've had, they've heard like screams at night, and then like people just like disappear or whatever. It's pretty scary, but yeah.
I mean,
Got a lot of cartels out there. I think that's
Yeah.
a little bit
That
responsible
may
for the
be- yes,
disappearance.
that could.
especially the disappearance part,
Yeah.
because like the Peruvian girl, like when you find the victim, it's like this is fucked up. But like when they disappear, there's so many other things that like you can only guess what happened.
Yeah, you have to speculate.
Because
Yeah.
like some of my uncles, like on my dad's side, they all came over from Portugal.
Several disappeared.
And well, they were talking about, like, I've heard some of his older brothers and stuff. My dad was too young to really know what was going on. But there was whatever dictator essentially was running Portugal at the time. in a village, like if you were one of the guys, like, because my dad his family grew up as essentially a slave, whatever, a feudal system where it's like, you get 1 cow, we get 2 cows, but you farm all of them.
Our current way of life, I got it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
It's,
So they would tell stories all the time where, like, you know, a guy, one of the other townsmen just would make a comment like, "Oh, I'm so stressed, like I can't wait to get out of here," or something like that, and you just wouldn't see him ever again.
yeah.
Like they would just like take you away. Like if you say anything bad about the government, anything bad, like, and you're saying this to, like, you know, family and friends. I mean, if you ever watch How to Be a Dictator or something like that on Netflix, like that's what they do. You speak bad about, because it's just, and it's to set an example so that everyone knows, like, everyone knows this is a bad guy, and I don't want to be under this system, but if I say it, I'm not going to be in this system anymore because I'm not going to be in any system.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that shit's spooky.
Disappear, dude. Yeah,
It disappeared easy.
And with all this fucking alien shit that's coming out and stuff, it's like, I'm not scared of aliens. Like, I don't know what they're fucking doing. I don't know. Like, there's so many unknowns. There's so much potential of them actually being beneficial and you know, kind, or in either there's not just potential of, there's also potential of them being bad, malicious, trying to, like, take over our world. But there's also this, like, neutral position where they could just be like another species that is just operating on this planet. I think a couple of podcasts ago, I came up with the example. It's like aliens could just be like dolphins. Like, we know that they exist. We can interact with them. But what that dolphin's doing in his day-to-day life, his hunting, his fishing, whatever, like in his, you know, sex life, is never going to affect our humans. Their mission to conquer the world will never affect our world, whatever. So, like, that's another possibility of what aliens are.
Well, you'd always expect a species that made it this far because of our understanding, like, where it's so far apart that if somebody made it here, it's a serious feat. So you'd expect them to be more technologically advanced. But I like something like, have you seen District 9?
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah, I like that idea of just,
that's the
like,
one where he has
being,
like the arm. His arm turns into the alien.
I think that does happen at one point, yeah. But
I always confuse that with another alien movie. But
I just like the idea of the, like, alien refugee camp. Like,
Yeah,
they show
yeah.
up and, like, they need our help. Like, that's
Right.
such, like, a backwards
right.
image of what it would be. If they can get here, they're good, right? But, like, imagine them showing up and being like, bro, can I come, like, move to, you know, your hood?
I mean,
You got space in your mom's basement, or, you know,
no, right? You never
going through it right now.
the concept of it is I mean, similar to how, you know, the Brits left England to come to America and settle in America and, like, become the colonies. Like, they were fleeing whatever, you know, thing was holding them back.
Religious prosecution for the most part.
So,
Yep.
you know, that could be another thing that aliens are doing. They're just trying to get out of
they
there.
weren't. They were like it was almost like they just sent a taxi in that movie. I'm saying
yeah?
it was almost like they sent a taxi full of unwanteds.
I feel like I don't remember it as well, but yeah, I think
it was like a spaceship that was failing.
It was a
and
cargo ship.
Yeah, and it was just full of just dudes, and they didn't have any explanation for themselves. Turned weird. I haven't seen it in a while either. I gotta look it up, but
yeah.
it's just an interesting concept because you always expect them to be if they can get here, they're probably the dominator.
But this is what I was getting at. I am less scared of aliens and ghosts and extraterrestrial or any other, like, you know, spooky goblin witches and demons and blah blah.
Well, I don't think they're on the same tier, but I hear what you're saying.
But what any other thing
Yeah.
than I am of, like, humans. Like, I just think humans are the ones that fucking corrupt shit, that enforce their power over other people, that do fucked up. Like, it's humans know humans, so only humans know what, like, will really hurt another human. Like, an alien doesn't know what, like, affects us or offends us or what our weaknesses are, how to like, whatever. Humans do. So that's why I am more scared about aliens being in cahoots with the government, because the government knows how to control people. So now the government goes, oh, let me take your technology. And it's the aliens' technology that fucks us over, but it's not the aliens that are doing it. It's not the aliens' decision to go, oh yeah, we want to fuck over you guys because we want to colonize you guys. It's the aliens go, oh, what do you guys humans do? And if they're only talking to the government goes, oh, we just control people.
That's actually one of the biggest like plot holes I usually find in the alien thing. I think it's an easy thing to make fun of. They talk about like, you know, all the alien sightings that have happened that are acknowledged have all gone through the like government basically. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's been a few that have it that the government's like grabbed control of, but I forget which comedian's joke it was, but they talk about, I think it was Mike McRae actually. He's a voice impressionist. But he was doing a joke with Jimmy Dore of just talking about, he's like, so these aliens only expose themselves to the government? Yeah. And they go, well, Jimmy, they know who's in charge. It's like, yeah. But also I've heard plenty of like, just like random folks who've
but also,
had their stories.
Like if it is like the CIA or FBI, like they could just be silencing and putting people into witness protection and just be like, don't tell, like sign this NDA. And if you ever try to expose this, you're like, oh, dude, you've told me about the guy who, like, something happened and the government came knocking on his door or something like that. And then there was this big, like, all-out shootout war that happened at his house.
Oh, I was talking about Randy Weaver and, what the fuck is that? Like Ruby Ridge.
Ruby Ridge. It's essentially that. Like that's what I could picture. Like, the government's like, well, you ever heard of Ruby Ridge? Don't talk about it, or you'll find out. Like it's just like.
I mean, the only reason we even knew about that one is because Waco went so poorly that they were.
Waco was the cult,
about,
right?
Yes. Yeah. They were. That was David Koresh and a bunch of randos. I don't know. It's just like he had a whole group. It seemed like the real reason they went after him is because he got too many guns. Like they were becoming like a major like gun wholesaler. And that seems to have gotten them brought down. By the way, the guy who completely led that raid was, I think, Chuck Schumer at the time, and he's still a senator. So, Amy Schumer's uncle.
Is it actually? Are they actually related? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, no.
But I will say, like,
I think that's the only reason she's famous. But anyway,
it could be. You never know. But no,
it's not her pussy jokes.
No, definitely not. Anyway, sorry. Bro.
Let's do a different topic.
I was gonna talk about serious issues, but no. I mean, dude, like I think like if aliens are real, like honestly, it's one of those things where I rather speculate if they are or not than like actually knowing that they are real, because then it's like, okay, they're real and they have more brain power than us and they have more technology. It's like, now what? And then that's almost like a scary situation to be in. I don't know.
Yeah, because then who has access to them?
Yeah.
Well, like also even, like networking, even like who gets to talk to them? It's not going to be the average guy. It's going to be not us talking to them.
Probably
Joe
not.
Rogan might.
No,
but to what you want to do some DMT?
Yeah.
To what you're talking about though, with the you're saying the shit, totally lost my train of thought. Fuck,
That's okay. I gotta pee really bad, anyways.
Are you pausing this one?
I'm just gonna take a quick break.
Yeah, I say we just keep it going.
Yeah,
screw it. Why not?
I totally lost my train of thought. The fucking what did you just say? Start over.
Like if aliens exist, honestly, like I don't want to know if they exist, like for sure.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. I was saying, well, as soon as you know aliens exist, they just get so much less impressive. Like within a 3-year period, I'd say. Like after that, they're just like. What, like Japanese? Like they're just like some other like culture.
Oh, they just create anime. You know?
Yeah, they're just like this. The Martians or just whatever they are. Like it just it totally loses its appeal. It probably is more fun to just like speculate on these things.
Yeah, I mean like it's crazy though because like the government's getting real about it. I mean like a few weeks ago they had some kind of press conference with somebody that was like the head of intelligence at one point. And
Rush.
I don't know.
Grush was the most recent like alien like talks or whatever.
Yeah, I mean like, they were like asking him a bunch of questions. Like it was some lady with glasses. She was like, "Oh, do you know if the government has ever like found an alien ship with some kind of alien species inside?" And he's like,
"He claimed they did.
Yeah, we do have alien bodies somewhere."
Yeah, this was like, Grush.
Whoa, hold up, what?
Granted, I do believe that he was saying stuff like. It's his friends. It was never like his own personal eyewitness. I do believe it was more of like it was witnessed by people he knew and they told him about it.
Yeah, which
I
is
think
very possible.
It's like because of like where he was in the government, he had like validity to his words. But I think it was also just the fact that it's like but it wasn't you that saw it.
But it still leads back to my main point of like the convenience of, every time that we've ever heard of alien species or anything, it's always just goes right to the top.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, don't worry, they've just been talking to the people in charge and they can use this in whatever way they think it affects you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can manipulate behavior in that sense. Just go, wALiE. Come on.
Made it back.
Shit.
The segment that never gets old. wALiE going to the bathroom mid pod.
You literally have the
I've been
smallest
good about it.
bladder.
I'm serious, bro. I hear this every pod I listen to. I hear this every pod I'm on. I hear this.
I think it's it makes
Okay,
you
now I
piss.
gotta cut this. So. I gotta cut it.
Okay, all
You're
right.
good, you're good.
Sorry.
Welcome back to the pod, everybody.
Welcome back.
Just a big old sensor mode.
You're good, you're good.
Thought that was normal. Anyway.
Yeah, the government, tried to silence us after this whole alien conversation. That's what it was. Nothing more, nonetheless.
Yeah, we did too many facts. We had to cut it.
No, I was thinking that maybe that's why the government's telling it us is like we somehow proved that we don't have any connection with the aliens, and they're trying to give us this information so that we keep trying to like ask the government, and then we're kind of at the beckoning of the government again, where what else do you guys know? What else do you guys know? And now they get to decide what they want to tell us, and they can keep doing whatever technological innovations, and then if one of them goes bad, like let's say they technologically come up with this really good virus that accidentally leaks, then they go, oh no, it was the aliens virus. Oh, we're sorry. We try to stop the alien. Like they could just play the like hero card.
My thoughts is it'd be fake from the jump because of the fact that I know they have we have great projection systems, right? Like projectors, like a movie theater in the backyard kind of thing, like just that. We actually have technology. This is very widely known. You could project just about whatever you want in the sky. Like we use it for like cute little fireworks displays and stuff now, but like you can project whatever you want in the sky. And I think they like everything that we get to see is probably 10 years behind on what they actually have. And I think it'd be as simple as that, as they could totally project some shit in the sky. They could have some other shit going on. Like actually, Maui, that's been one of the number one conspiracy theories with that. I don't believe it. I'm going to start with that. But they think it's energy weapons and stuff.
What's Maui? I don't know.
Hawaii.
Maui, Jim.
Right now, there was major fires last week.
Oh, they think that was experimental.
They think it's projected energy beams. That's like the tip of the tier I can find on conspiracy theories on that one. I don't believe that shit.
I don't know if I believe that one, but I do believe there was.
I just find it easier to believe the fact that there's like a shit ton of just unkempt grass that they're not taking care of. That's dry.
Extremely hot temperatures, and then you have hurricane force winds just spreading it along. I mean,
sounds believable.
Yeah.
I don't need to jump to aliens. like
right.
It's just, or not even aliens,
But it's
or government
way more fun.
lasers. Yeah, it is more fun. But they were doing that. Actually, I do have one conspiracy that I did like that
Just
they
one?
did with I like to check out on. I'm not a conspiracy dude. We haven't had much. No. We haven't had much. I'm not a conspiracy dude. I'm an internet culture dude. I like to see what they have going on. You can laugh. I don't believe half the shit I tell you. I just bring it up.
Right.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Like,
That's fair.
I'm not. It's not that I've dived down this and I'm like, this is it. They're all against
There's
us.
other people that believe this.
There are,
Yeah.
but I like to just watch what they're doing. I'm more concerned with the people that believe it than the belief itself. I like to watch what they're doing.
Yeah.
And and I've seen the energy weapons one, but the one conspiracy piece that I did get attached to is the main chief of police right now that's doing all the briefings on like what went wrong in Hawaii and stuff is the same chief of police from the Las Vegas shooting that we never got answers on. And
How the fuck does that happen?
I'd actually like to take it away from the conspiracy point and bring up, is this man just bad luck? Is this man
That's
just?
it. Yeah.
I mean, are there like side besides like two pictures right besides themselves, like with the
No,
guy?
it's him.
Like,
It's
it
not.
is
No, it's
really?
him. Yeah, no. He was the chief of police in the Las Vegas shooting, and he's the chief of police now in Maui. You are allowed to move from Vegas to Maui and get a new job.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
it's not too crazy.
Yeah.
But like,
And I get why
Yeah.
you would leave after the Vegas thing. It's like, it's hard for you to go to work every day after like experiencing that. Maybe it's
That too.
when you move to Hawaii so that you get away from that, but you still need to work. And so I get why he would leave.
it's just
But
a
I
nicer
can also
place.
see.
I'll just go with
I,
that.
I think I stand more on the conspiracy side on this because it's like, why would they move him? Like
he's just bad
like,
luck.
Some priests get moved around. Is there? I think he's just a plant.
That's the conspiracy side of it, is that this guy is some kind of damage control for things outside of their
Understanding.
not understanding. I don't know what you would call it. Like I'm saying, like things like if you're going down the conspiracy side, this is like something that was supposed to happen. They started these fires on purpose. So this guy is some kind of advanced crisis actor, I guess they call him.
Right.
But
Or
I don't believe. I don't know. The guy
I just started watching,
he's in two shit places, and he just he's bad luck.
Netflix has another adult cartoon called like Captain Fall or something, where it's like a big drug cartel that has like connections to the government, I think, and and they're a cruise ship trying to like, they're just a cargo ship really, but the cruise director or the captain of the ship is like, they found the dumbest, most like random guy that no one would suspect. And then they don't show him anything. They just make him sign every document. And every time they pull up to a port, he has to do like a whole photo shoot. So then like, if anything ever happens, he's the fall guy. That's what
This
was
a real thing.
No. This is it's a new Netflix like adult animation or whatever.
That sounds cool.
So like I could see like the
what's the name?
Captain Fall.
Captain Fall.
I could see
check that out. That sounds
the
cool.
chief of police essentially being that like the whatever after the Vegas thing, like everyone knew he was in there, and then the some conspiracy theorists would probably have the understanding of like what they think happened and how the government was involved in that whole situation. But the chief of police didn't know. It just happened. And then it wasn't even him that found Hawaii or whatever. Someone came up to him like, hey, there's a chief of police role. I know you're struggling here
They
in
moved him
Vegas.
around on purpose.
Just come on down here. And then like, that way if something happens, because we're testing all these projectiles or
The energy
projections,
weapons, yeah.
like,
Well,
oh,
no.
whoops.
The projections, I'm saying, the alien thing. They can make it look like there's a ship in the
Right.
sky. They have.
But that's what the
projectors that do that.
conspiracy theories is, that it was a projection device that started the fires.
No, energy weapon.
It was
Like a laser that started a fire. I don't know. I mean, they got those too, but
Yeah, those definitely do exist. But do I think like started the Hawaii fires? Probably
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they mainly people are going off on it because like places like BlackRock and all these huge influential companies that like own just about everything in this country are now buying these properties up at like pennies. Like, like they're just like, oh, your $100,000 house is worth $42. All right, $42. Take it or leave it. And actually, also, the government has been able to buy up the places, so it seems like somewhat of a coordinated effort of like you don't really have an option. You're not allowed to keep your house. You're allowed to take the money, whether you want to take it from BlackRock or Hawaii. And I haven't been able to confirm that, but I've seen several people claiming that that's their case, is that they're being told to sell. And it's a very desirable plot of land. And, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is a little sus though.
Sus.
Yeah.
That's all I got. It's sus. That was my thing. I got some sus. I have no answers. Sus.
Was that you said you had two topics for us.
I did.
Did we leave both of them?
I think I nailed them both. I think the second one was that.
Oh, the cop.
Yeah, the cop. And the first one was the face peelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my two.
Well, I brought trading cards. Noah?
I've been like participating. I brought up the Girona.
You got a lot written there, though.
Yeah, there's a lot written. It's just like random doodles and stuff like that.
Is
like,
this for you later, or is this for now?
No, this is for now. But kind of got it all.
What do you got?
already.
You don't got any afterthoughts?
Nah, no, not really, man. I mean, we talked a little bit about NFTs earlier. Like, do you think like they're gonna come back up at any time?
All right, so people, you talking to the right guy. This is
I like to hear.
topic. NFTs on what people think they are. They think they're pictures of monkeys that they can buy at an obnoxious rate, and that they'll eventually be worth something like trading cards or something. NFTs aren't that. NFTs are part of the blockchain technology, right? The blockchain is a permanent record, right? It's a ledger. It's a permanent record that is open source in most cases, and you can see what everyone's doing. So you know exactly what that trading card you bought traded for last time, and you know what it's going to be this time. And it's also one of one specifically. There's no such thing as a corrupt. You can't make a copy. You can't play it off as a copy. It is not non-fungible means non-reproducible. Like something that's fungible is our money. It's endlessly reproducible. They can print an infinite amount. Non-fungible, can't reproduce it. So what it does, it creates a one-on-one record. I was saying that's good for things like skins in games and stuff. Like it could be that digital record of you own that Fortnite skin, and it becomes rarer because you're the only one who owns it. There's one of 100. It's confirmed. You're not going to be able to use it online, so people can buy that thing. It could also be something as simple as a parking ticket, and I mean like a citywide, not citywide, like a pay to park kind of thing. They could send a code that is non-reproducible to your phone, and that will be your ticket for that thing. So you say, I paid $20 for this ticket in this parking lot, so I get 4 hours. And it's that code. Or it could be something like airplane tickets. So I want to go on a trip to Bermuda. Oh, the airlines are fucked right now, so they canceled my trip on their behalf. Well, you instantly get refunded because they know you had that ticket. They know, there's no question of who owns it, of, ownership. So it immediately, the funds will get sent back to you. So it can, reduce certain wait times on things that are digital, It's a digital record is what it is.
It was just introduced in the wrong way because it has a lot of application with the arts, and it has a lot of potential with the arts because we're talking about trading cards. When there's a trading card that's a one of one, like a misprint's a one of one, those cards tend to sell a lot higher than a lot of even the same copy of the card or whatever. Like a Charizard that is verified as a PSA graded as the 1999 set is, even if they reprinted the same artwork on
if they made an exact copy physical, it doesn't matter because one of yours is graded.
The blockchain verifies that that's the exact copy. I think it still has potential to work in the arts.
It does. No, I'm not saying it doesn't. It doesn't have that, but I'm saying.
But also, I think it needs to become more a societal norm in the ways you just described, where it's it's.
I think that's
used day to day, and then people start to really trust it, get used to it, and then they can start applying that to other things, whether you're talking Fortnite skins or was it Martin Scarelli or something like that that bought the Wu-Tang album.
Yes.
So it would be owning rather than just all right, everyone has a copy of the song. But imagine if you owned Tupac's verified recording. That one would be worth more than the original song that everybody else has a copy of. And
it's like a status.
Yeah.
No, because I thought about this earlier. I think this is a great way to explain it. NFTs offer verification. That's it.
Yeah.
It is a verified copy with an NFT. That is the official one. It doesn't matter if they can trick it officially. There'll be some level of security when it is tied to that makes it the official one. And that gives it more of a rare value.
Let's say, for example, and I'm kind of asking, so right now I have 3 cameras. Each of them are producing 3 video files.
Mm-hmm.
Those technically do have a blockchain. So the original video file.
No, they don't. No. But keep going with what you're going so I can understand. I would say no immediately.
Do you think cameras, in 10 years they could create the technology that the the SD card that is recording onto.
Oh, you could have
creates
the option
blockchain.
today. You could have the option today to make something verified while you're recording it that makes it like somewhat specific. Like that's probably not too hard to program. It just doesn't really have a use.
Because
so far.
I have all my hard drives, and when they fill up, I buy a new one. I don't clear it out. Like, so I have episode 1, all the original files from episode 1 till today. Like,
No, actually, that's something you can do with NFTs. I know one podcast that specifically does this, is they sell NFTs to their episodes, and it's an interesting thing to do. But basically, you can claim you own episode 116, and it's just a digital file that says you do.
Right.
And that's appealing to some people. And like the value is like, with this being a new technology, the value is going to be mixed around to like until it levels out.
That's why I think the Bored Apes failed, because
No, it did not fail. It's actually still the #1 NFT project in the world.
okay, well,
Just say it.
Served him right. Nah.
can you grab me another shipyard?
Needs a beer after that.
Actually, I might be wrong. I'll throw that out there. They're
fine,
in the
let me
top
continue.
10. They're in the top 10.
Fine. Either way, my point with the whole Bored Ape thing, and I still need a shipyard. So,
It didn't fail, is what I'm saying. Yes.
okay, they didn't fail, but the reason why I think that they dropped is because when it was the hot fancy thing, all these NFTs, it was they created a new art to tie to the NFTs. But if they put NFTs on something like, the Mona Lisa or like existing art, and people could buy the NFT for things that like already have value to them, I think the NFT as the verification code could have a lot of value.
And
but
I don't know if it'll go to every art, but I feel like that will be coming to art fairly soon.
or whether you're talking digital, like paintings,
No, even
audio,
physical. I'm
physical,
saying.
like
I think it's like I say, when you look at it as a verification method, it has a lot more applicable use.
and I could even see myself like one day, like for example, if I just billionaire hedge fund, whatever relative died and I didn't know, and I got billions of dollars, and I just
You
buy
didn't
up.
know, and you got billion anyway.
Yeah, right. But I just buy up like, a bunch of like PSA graded like Pokemon cards, but I don't have space, or like I don't want to put them all on my wall. It looks weird. I could give them to like a museum so that anyone can come and observe them. But at
So
the end
you
of the day,
hold-
people still own, like, even like people that like do give away like their great grandfathers like Civil War memorabilia to these things. It's like you don't have to give up ownership. Like you can still own it. It's just like, yeah, I'll let you put it up wherever you want.
You could offer a custodian, like a custodianship. I might be the right word. I don't know, but essentially, you could hold on to the product, and then they digitally have a record that says they're the owner of it. I mean, hold up in any court if they need to get it back from you.
Right.
But yeah, no, there's absolutely. I mean, I think that's even already going on with like modern art right now.
Yeah,
like you can own
that's
art
fine,
and
yeah.
loan it out, as they call
True,
it too.
they do that. Yeah.
But this is more of a digital record where there's no question. There's a scanner, there's a code, and there's yours or there isn't. And that's all. I don't know. That's all it is.
See, I feel like with NFTs in general, like, and we talked about a few things today, like cards, about, we didn't bring up Bitcoin or anything, but like all of it has like its patterns, like it goes up, it goes down. It's kind of like a roller coaster, you have good days, you have bad days. I think like with NFTs, I think they will come back at some point. I think Bitcoin, like digital currency, that will probably go back up too. I remember there was like this huge boom with it back in like it was either 2013 or 2014, and then nobody talked about Bitcoin for like 4 years, or very few people. And then it just blew up.
It was 2013.
Yeah.
It was the first initial boom. It went from $100 to $1,000, which a 10x on almost anything in any market is remarkable. 8%. So we're talking $100 to $108. That's considered good. So when you go from $100 to $1,000, that's massive. And it is big. It's getting smaller every time. But the NFT markets peaked last time during Bitcoin's massive peak, because they're all kind of tied together. So I'm expecting the next two peaks to be one in 2025 and one in 2029 because it tends to move on a 4-year cycle. But the thing is, those cycles are having less influence every time because while you could go from $100 to $1,000 in that 2013 one, I think you went from $3,000 to $20. So what's that? That's still less than 10x, and that was on the high end because it was just hype. Like there's a certain level of what Bitcoin has to do to maintain itself because it is set up in a way that it has to go up in price or it'll cease. It either ceases to exist or it goes up in price. And there is a limit on that, though. Like this next time, I'm only expecting, I don't know, what is it right now? It's at its bottom is 15,600. I expect a 10x still of, or just under a 10x. I expect like a 135. So that'd be like if it was 15,000, a 10x would be 150,000. I'm expecting like a 135, and I don't know. It could go all the way to 200. Depends on hype because there's a lot of other things like if they made it regulated in a way that attracted other investors, could see the shitting to 200. Shooting, not shitting. But I don't know if it's necessarily going to be a thing. I don't know. I would expect a minimum of $100,000 Bitcoin within the next 2 years, but there's a lot of things going on in the market, and if it doesn't happen this time, I'll tell you what, by 2029, whenever that happens, another 4 years, 2025, 2029, you see what I'm doing here? It's 4-year cycles. 2029 is going to be a fucking moonshot if this one doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it going away. Like, essentially, you need to, for Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrencies to die, you need to expect the internet to die. Because there's always a value in having a non-governed currency, like it's not attached to America, attached to anything. It's a digital code, and it has no rulers. It has nothing. It's anarchist money. And as long as there is a value in not having your money tied to a certain government, Bitcoin will not die. And if it doesn't die, it's forced to go up. This cycle, 2025, it really, to sustain, only has to go up to like 50,000. It's at like 30 now. It's like not much. But every time it starts shooting up, people go nuts.
Yeah.
And it fucking goes nuts. And it shoots to the moon.
See,
and then it comes down for a good reason because it didn't deserve to be that high. But if you catch that rocket.
I really do foresee it just like it had its crazy trends, and people are going to start seeing like get bored of these trends, but it's slowly going to be like infused into like day-to-day society that at some point it's not even whether it's like, wow, is it going to shoot? Is it going to do this? It's just going to be, everybody
like
uses
up,
it all
down,
the time.
up,
it doesn't
down,
matter.
up,
It's
down,
not even
up,
about,
down,
like, it's going to go up and down still, but it's just like,
it
just
stabilizes. It will.
But I'm trying to, because there's got to be another comparison in
I
the
don't think
world,
there's-
in all of history, of something like that. Like
I don't think there is.
that came into
Bitcoin is
society.
unique.
No, but like something that came into a society with a lot of hype, didn't really, it kind of fizzled out, not died, just fizzled out. And then now it's just like common
Resurged
practice.
I got one. I mean, it's not parallel, definitely not parallel in any means, but the only one I could really think of is gold, right? So like gold always has been pretty valuable, but then there was a time in history where there was a guy I think he was out of Mali, right? His name was Massa Musa. He was like one of the most wealthy people that ever existed. He had so much gold. He wanted to do a pilgrimage to Mecca because, he was Muslim, but going from Mali to Mecca, that's a long hike. So he brought 50,000 people with him, just a casual 50,000,
Casual.
And then like all these places he went to, because he had so much gold, he would just like give away gold, and it would actually like shatter the price of it because everybody had like so much gold where they're like, well, this doesn't hold the same value it used to. So
You see, and that's actually why I think Bitcoin is a better projector of like future values, because with gold, you present it to a new place and all of a sudden it upsets their market, right? But inevitably, there's only a certain amount of gold on the planet, right? That's why it's been so valuable for so long, as a scarcity. But a comet could fly by Earth and Elon Musk could find out about it and go mine that shit and add fucking 20% of the gold supply to the planet. And we need it for stuff, so people are going to go gather those resources. They're worth things. Like, you can use it in cell phones and a lot of technology and stuff. Gold has a physical value. That's actually one of the main arguments why they say gold is better than Bitcoin, because it has the physical value. But the scarcity value nothing's going to be Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You're never going to find a new pocket of gold underneath Africa of Bitcoin. There's an eventual amount that will be printed. Most of it's mined and in circulation. 80% is already out there. It's probably more by now. It's probably close to 90% because I quote a lot of numbers from when I first started learning, and now I'm like further on. So it's probably closer to 90% is already out there. But anyway, point is, I used to think the scarcity was driven by the fact that what happens to drive the Bitcoin price is called the halving. When you have the amount that's being produced, right, there's less in circulation. Like there's going to be less coming out. Like say there's 10 Bitcoins coming out every year. It's a lot more than that. But say there's 10 coming out every year. On a dime, or on a scheduled thing, they cut it in half. So all of a sudden it's 5 coming out. That's going to affect the price, right? But it's not going to make it double if 80% of the supply is there. That's 80% of the stuff that's coming out, right? So somebody pointed this out to me because I used to think it was like, well, the supply goes down and it goes up. Supply, demand. But it's not because most of the supply is out there. I had a 17-year-old pointing this out to me, by the way, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, fucking next generation's got it all figured out. He's like, well, they already have 80% in circulation, so like if 5% being produced goes to 10, like 2.5%, like that's still not changing that 80% is available. And I'm like, okay, all right, you got me. And I went and did some more research, and what I learned is basically there's certain like network requirements that cause you to have to price Bitcoin at a certain amount. It's not worth them to mine. Yeah, they mine. Like they run a bunch of computers and they to print the money. So they're running a bunch of computers. That's electricity. That has a minimum cost, no matter where you find it. Like they took over like Niagara Falls for a while because that waterfall generates silly cheap electricity.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, and they flipped out on them, kicked them out of there. All of a sudden, everybody's electric bill was like $200 more than it used to be, and they flipped the fuck out. They're like, get these Bitcoin miners out of here. Anyway, you're eventually going to get to a point though where the scarcity is never going to be controlled. Like, say somebody loses their wallet, as they call it, right? Your code, your password, that's gone forever. It's a public apparatus. Like it's eventually, if you lose your password to having access to your Bitcoin,
it's
what
like
did
bear
you do?
bonds.
You burned money that will
bear
never
bonds?
be recreated. Bear bonds,
Something. I feel like that was the term. It was like it's like a note from the bank that's like,
well,
always worth whatever is on it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I won't speak to that. But I'm saying, yeah, if there was a bank, like I've never seen a bank that can confirm your thing's always going to be worth it. They always have some clause that they can undermine you, but Bitcoin has no undermining.
Right. That's what I do like about Bitcoin. I think what I was trying to get at with the like what other thing is maybe like the digital versus analog era, like because we started to adapt the digital era, but there wasn't a lot of like applications for digital, so it just still made more sense for a while to keep doing analog stuff. Even in the early days of the internet, it was like, yeah, the digital stuff, it's still easier to have a binder and do my taxes by hand.
They used to call it a fad when the internet came out.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, they didn't think.
So I think the internet, I think once it started to get a little traction, it's not stopped. It's continued to shoot up and the usage and the advancements and everything. But digital technology was like, had a hot little fad, found a lot of like utilities, but then wasn't really adopted. And it kind of like,
wait, what do you mean? Digital technology?
Yeah, like
what?
I don't know. I have a theory.
Well, no, I'm like, this is what I'd consider digital technology. You're in front of
my
me.
microphone.
Like, what do you mean? I'm confused. I'm trying to get you to elaborate.
What's digital versus analog? And I'm not elaborating because I don't know what I
would consider like, I mean, analog actually can get into more fields, but I'm saying like with what I thought you were talking about with analog is writing things down on paper versus typing them in a computer.
Right.
So wait.
So what I'm saying is like when the digital stuff came out, a lot of people like didn't know how to trust digital technology. We didn't know, like, oh, that thing's telling me it, like clocks, like a digital clock versus an analog clock. Like you look at the thing, it's like, well, how do I know that's actually telling the time? I know my grandfather clocks always clicking away. I always know when my clock's working, and I always know it's 5 o'clock when my clock's at. How do I know that just because it's reading 5 o'clock that it's actually like we didn't trust it at first? So people adopted it.
You made it sound like digital technology was like not widely adopted. I don't know the way you said it.
And maybe it was more so than I thought. But like so. With NFTs and the whole crypto thing, as we're discussing, it's like it had this boom, and now like a lot of people like see it like going whatever. And I said it was like over time, it's gonna be like slowly introduced into
until
every
it's
day.
Just natural.
And I think that's what like digital technology did is like a lot of people like picked it up at first, but until like really the internet came out, there wasn't a lot of practical applications of digital technology like. Yeah, I could have a clock that tells me, but it's like I could also still use my old clock that I know how to read, I know how to trust, I understand this all. Yeah. So I think that's kind of the journey or whatever.
It's what I see it as. I see Bitcoin eventually becoming the norm.
Yeah.
Until you don't even notice it. Like by the time you stop talking about NFTs 10 years later, like by the time people are like, oh, you did what, the monkey pictures? Like 10 years past that, all of a sudden you're using it in like once a week, and then 10 years past that you're using it every day, and you don't even think of it as the same thing. It's just is what it is. Yeah, adoption's coming. Yeah, early investors still an option.
Well,
you know what I hate though? I actually want to throw it out there because I'm saying early investors. A lot of people think when I like tell people invest in Bitcoin, like I'm gonna make anything off of it. I'm like, there's so many fucking people in this world. Like, you and your $50 means nothing to me. I'm trying to help you. Yeah, I'm just like, they're like, oh, so I buy it, and then all of a sudden yours goes up and you sell it. And I'm just like,
yeah, they think you're like scamming them. Like,
there's too many of us. Like, I'm trying to get you on board.
I am not Elon Musk. I cannot influence it that much.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, my God, I hate that one, dude. So many people are like, so you're just trying to get me to buy it so you make money. I'm like, I could not influence enough people to make me $1 off this shit. Yeah. like
flesh and blood. Yeah. Oh, if you invest in this,
that I have a better chance with. Yeah. I could, if you buy that card game, I could probably make more money, and I don't push that for a reason. I literally, majority of the time, I'm telling people this. I'm like, it's just there's money on the table. Yeah, get you some. Well, we are not financial advisors. Every camera, we are. None of us are.
And with that.
That's it. I got like 3 more hours in me.
Okay, we can. I need to start backlogging, so that's a possibility.
Do next episode?
Yeah, we
cut this one. Well, cut this.
So we could be done with this one.
You're like just delete.
Are you guys done? All right,
we're
done.
I don't know what time it is actually.
Thanks, guys. Peace. Stop, dude, I gotta do this fucking